problem where we approximated the cosine of 44 degrees. This is the arithmetic with it. We got 0.7194 as that solution, and which is very close again to that approximation there from the calculator. So now I want us to look at finding zeros. And I'm going to take y equals to x squared minus 2. That graph would just be the graph of the parent graph of y equals x squared, but shifted down 2. So we find that this intersection point is between 1 and 2. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a value that I know, this value right here, which would be at 1, -1. And I'm going to construct the tangent line to the curve there. And that's going to give me an approximate zero that's close to this zero, but it's not exactly, but it's close. So let's do this real quick. All right, so I know the point, so of course I need the slope. So y prime is 2x, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so y prime at 1 is 2. So I've got a slope of 2. All right, so let's go with y minus 2. No, y minus -1 equals 2 times x minus 1. Are we okay?
Mm-hmm.
So y plus 1 equals 2x minus 2. This would be plus 1, so moving it over here makes it minus 1. So we get y equals 2x minus 3. Now, where this is different from the approximation problems, we were trying to figure out the y value when x was a particular value. What we're trying to do here is we know what our y value needs to be. Our y value needs to be 0. So we're trying to figure out, in this case, the x value that gives us a y value of 0. So 0 equals 2x minus 3. 3 equals 2x. So x equals 3/2. Now, like I said, that is an approximation. But we're going to do a second and third approximation in this problem to get a little bit closer. So what I'm going to do is I'm consider from this point right here, I could figure out the y value at this point, throw in a tangent line, and it's going to get me just a little bit closer to the 0. Do y'all see that? Okay, so I need to know what is, and I'm about to erase all of this, what is y of 3/2? So y of 3/2 is 3/2 squared minus 2. So that would be 9/4 minus 8/4, which would be 1/4. Yeah, that's the original equation, because I want to know from this curve what's the y value when x is 3/2.
Will we ever have to like figure out the equation from like a graph?
Not in this class.
On this
I don't know. I can't think of a time when you would have to. But anyway. All right. So I need to know the slope at 3/2 also, right? So y prime is going to be 2 times 3/2. Remember, we've already solved the derivative once, so we don't have to go back and resolve it. So y prime is going to be what? 3. So are we still okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, from here, this is still the second approximation. I'm using blue ink for the second approximation. I'm going to use black ink when I get to the third approximation. So I get y minus 1/4 equals 3 times x minus 3/2. And again, this is 0. So negative 1/4 equals 3x minus 9/2. We still okay? Okay. So I'm going to pull my 9/2 to this side here. So 9/2 minus 1/4 equals 3x. So this is 18 minus 1/4 equals 3x. So 17/4 equals 3x. So 17/12 equals x. So 17/12 is going to be just a little bit closer to our 0 than where we are right now. But again, I'm going to do another approximation. So, what do you think I need to know next? That's my second approximate value. My first one was 3/2. So what do you think I need to do next?
Y at 17.
Very good. I'm going to do y at 17/12. And it's going to be 17/12 squared minus 2. All right, 17, if we square it, we get 289. Is that right? Okay. So it's 289 over 144 minus 2. 2 in terms of 144 is what?
288.
So I got 288 over 144. So I get 1 over 144 is approximately y of 17/12. Not approximately, it is y of 17/12. Okay, so what is y prime of 17/12? Well, y prime of 17/12 would be 2 times 17/12, which would be 17/6. Are we good with this? Okay. So, let's go back. Y minus what? 1 over 144 equals the slope, which is 17/6 times x minus of course, again, that's 0. So get negative 1 over 144 equals 17/6x minus 289 over 6 and 12 is 72. Right? Okay. So, from here, add 289 over 72, subtract from that 1 over 144. Okay. So yeah, we got to double this, right? 578 minus 1 over 144, which would be, you said 577 over 144?
Yes, sir.
And that's equal to 17/6 x. So I come here. So I've got 6 times 577 over 17 times 144. All right, 6 into 144, that's 24 times. And then 17 times 24. 408. So I get 577 over 408 equals X. What is that approximately as a decimal? Carry it out 4 places. All right, now let's talk about this. If I wanted to know what the 0 was here, what I could have done is said, okay, well 0 equals x squared minus 2. So x squared equals 2, so x equals to plus or minus the square root of 2. And of course this one would be the positive square root of 2 here. So what's the positive square root of 2 approximately as a
1.4142.
It doesn't get any better than that, does it?
That is Gucci.
That is Gucci. You look up Gucci in the dictionary, you see that.
You know what's so ironic is the fact that if I'm ever asked to like find the 0 without using a calculator, I'm gonna be able to do that, except I'm gonna need a calculator for the like 6 times 577 divided by 7.
No, you're not. Because I'm not gonna let you. You just have to do math. All right, so everybody good here? Okay. So for homework, we are going to approximate the square root of 26, the sine of, let's go with 93 degrees. Now, we haven't done this, but let's try the cube root of 9. And last of all, let's do 2 approximations. We did 3 approximations here, but I'm fine with just doing 2 approximations. 2 approximations of, for zeros, of y equals, let's do
2x squared minus 5.
2x squared minus 5 sounds good. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to figure out, I did this graph for you, and we knew the 2 values that it was in between, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So once we figured out the 2 values is in between, we just picked one of them. You could have picked 2. You could have started with 2 and gone from there. So you pick out the 2 values that's in between and pick one of those whole numbers and then go from there. All right? So, thank you and have fun.